Hello everybody, and welcome. I am Count Christo, and this is Ragnarok. We are going to be playing as the German Reich, and we have Frostpunk soundtrack, because this is going to be as bleak and as desolate as Frostpunk. We're playing non-Iron Man mode, historical focuses, no funky custom game rules, regular difficulty as Germany. And as we start the game here, we will see a very special event. Ragnarok, 1937. What this means is that in 1937, every nation in the entire world will form a faction and simultaneously declare war on little old me. Poor me. So what we're going to have to do in this first year is endeavor to try and build up, get as many troops as we can to the borders, and hold out. It's going to be tough as balls. We're going to see what we're going to do. And just to make it a little bit tougher, we're going to play on brutal difficulty. The difference between these is that on normal, you get 30,000 infantry equipment, 3.8 thousand support, 2.5 thousand artillery, and 1.2 thousand motorized. On challenging, you get somewhere between that and none. Unless you get 6,000 units of infantry equipment, and that's it. Oh my god. You also do get the tech for delay, military police 1, field hospital 1s. You get an extra research slot. You get 4-year plan, West Wall, autarky, Reichsautobahn, coal liquidation, Hermann Göring Wake, and Austria, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia complete their industrial focuses. So there are our focuses. So we get delay straight away. That's quite nice. Now the question is, do we stay mobile warfare, or do we go superior firepower? And it's not a silly question. I do like the planning speed for mobile warfare. I do like the extra organization. So I think we definitely stay with this. And I think we immediately dedicate one to researching elastic defense. That extra reinforced defense. And elastic defense is really good. So let's take a recap. I have done a series on this before. We never actually finished it, so we'll do it again. Last time... Excuse me. I had to sneeze there real quick. Last time, playing on brutal difficulty, to go through the first 6 months, it took like 5 hours on the one where I was actually winning. So expect me to lose. We're likely to lose. We're likely to have to try again and again. That is all just part of the fun. We've got the normal 30,000 guys. We've got slightly more equipment, which will show up soon. We've got the normal navy, which we will merge up and sort in a minute. Haven't played it since Man the Guns, by the way, so that's going to change things a bit. We've got the normal Air Force. Okay, now, other research. I think the production researches are still sensible. Fuel. Last time I played, we didn't have fuel, so that's also going to be an interesting challenge. Should we get this? We basically have to because we need radio. And we will need this, so yeah, let's get that. We're going to need this done before the war starts. But is there anything else longer term we need? We could get this ahead of time to get a bit more fuel. At least we're not going to be using the Navy, so we're going to not have too much fuel use. But this is going to be... Don't get me wrong. This is going to be absolutely brutal. Every single nation in the world declares war on us. That's a staggering number of factories. It's a staggering number of manpower, of troops, of everything. I think we get this. We're going to need the defense and the breakthrough. What else could we get? So logistics company is not likely to be the problem. Oh yeah, and by the way, just to make it even harder, the combat width is dramatically increased. I don't think we'll be able to see that until we get into a battle. Let's just save and then we can... Actually, yeah, this is good. Let's do a test real quick. I want to experiment with combat width. Let's experiment against France real quick. We'll go back to that save in just a minute. Yes, everyone in the world will be allied to each other. Every single one of them will be in one mega alliance against me. So, if we just real quick turn on no CB and declare war on France. Oh, that's interesting. They will have weird guarantees set up. So yeah, if we actually unpause for a while, this would trigger the event that, like, yeah, starts, like, the Mega Alliance forming It may have already started forming. No, it hasn't. Anyway, so if we attack from one direction, normally there would be 80 combat width. Instead, there's 230. If we attack from a few more directions, from one more direction, it goes up to 314. Oh my good freaking god. Now, to recap, one direction, nicht gut. Heavy telegraph, no traffic between foreign capitals. Troublingly, we appear to be the only nation that did not receive an invitation. So yes, 231. So it's possible that the way to go would be to build just unbelievably huge divisions. Because as I'm sure many of you know, huge divisions are more efficient. Because of the way defense works. So if we built divisions that looked like this, we could fit 4 of them into attacking from one direction. And then absolutely nothing could stand in our path. So this would be, I mean, that would be insane, right? It would be so expensive to make these. And manpower would definitely be an issue. But I think to start with, we're going to try and build 20 wits, because we're not going to be able to get a 40 width on every province. So let's load the game again, start our run for real. I think we're going to need 20 wits, because we're not going to get 140 width on every border province. Now let me very briefly show you the military strategy we're going to employ at the beginning of the war. And we will have to obviously tweak this as we you know, split into several different armies. We're going to hold this territory. Now, there's an open question. Do we try and hold Mossland? It's 100 steel, which is a lot. It is a lot. But it would be pretty tough to hold. There's no reason to stick to 10, 20, 40, but let's worry about battle plans for now. So one option is we do this. Right? And then we crush in here. Because down here, we're probably going to want to take up positions like this. And then we have a choice. Do we go like that? Or like that? Or do we go like that? I like this, I think. And then we try to rush in here. The more nations we can capitulate, actually capitulate right at the start, you know, the more troops we can just wipe out. The other option, of course, is we hold like this. But I think the aggressive play against Austria is the right one. And then we push to here, which gives us hills, hills, woods, woods, and then 1 plains. So we have to hold 2 plains, but this one can be attacked from 3 directions as well, which sucks big time. So it's probably more like this that we hold. Then this one can be attacked from 3 directions, but it is woods at least. Okay, and then in here, the front line is obvious. We do this. So maybe we hold like this to reduce the number of angles of attack. That's hills as well, yeah. And then over here, obviously, we don't attack anything. Let's just delete these just for simplicity's sake. Visual simplicity. So I think that is the plan. That's what we're going to try and hold. We only have till January of 37, and then they all declare on us. So the question is here, right? Because one option would be to go like that. One option would be to do more like... I mean, you don't want to be in plains, but you also don't want to be in this woods, because this woods can be attacked from 3 directions. So can this one, though. Maybe more like that. just to be a bit more in them. But you're still in mountains down here, mostly. And obviously, yeah, we must not forget Denmark. I think we rush capitulate Denmark as well, and then hold here. It would be good to shut the Danish belts. So then we only have to fortify these ports. And obviously it also means we get some Danish aluminium and their factories. So the other option with the Czechs, you could go a bit more aggressive and be in mountains like this. Now this one can be attacked from 3 directions still, but again it's woods. The other option on the Czechs is to be much more conservative and hold something more like this. Like that. And then you have this big kind of... But then you get a big front here. So what do you think? I think... I like this... I like the aggressive line, honestly. You could also try and hold these mountains to reduce the angles of attack on Krakow. These hills, even. You could do that. I don't like this tile. This tile is going to be the problem. The difficulty with this is that we have a bonus to building forts, right? And with this strategy, we're basically not using it. I don't know. So, I think that is going to be our provisional plan. The difficulty is we're not using forts. So we would throw down, like, forts here, and we could build fallback forts. And we build, forts along here. And we could build, like, fallback forts, like on this river. But I think if we have to fall back, we're going to lose, basically. Does anyone... By the way, those watching on YouTube, this is a YouTube-centric series. That means I mostly won't talk to chat, but I will occasionally ask them questions. Chat, do I lose this national spirit when the battle starts? Yeah, so if we puppet Slovakia, we would keep them as a loyal puppet. So focuses-wise, we'll probably start with this. In fact, yeah, we might want to start with that and not do this. Or should we do Rhineland first for the 120 political power, so we can spend that pronto? And then we could do Mifo. Could we get to Sudetenland, do you think? We have to be aggressive. So chat thinks we should be as aggressive as possible. The thing is, we only have 30 divisions. You know, they have 60 over there. Poland has plenty, right? Yeah, like 30 there. And the Soviets, 150, are going to come pouring into the front. I think we basically have to crush to these lines before the Soviets arrive. Focuses wise, I think the air is almost lost. Like, I'm not sure we can hold the air. We can get 6 research slots. Is that right? Let me just do another save and test that. Chat thinks we should kill off as many nations as possible. What, like Switzerland? But the thing is, if you launch offensives and they fail, you're just done, right? If we could just adopt a defensive line in, like, the mountains in Switzerland, that might be nice, but we wouldn't be behind a river. Rivers are really, really powerful. I think there's no chance we can capitulate France. I think it's... last time I played it, holding this line, I barely held it for even for the first few months. I barely held it. Kill Austria and the Czechs. Yeah, well, that's what these lines do. And, yeah, Denmark as well. I think we definitely want to kill Denmark. We could also, like, have a couple of tanks here and just try and capitulate all the Baltic states just to knock out what divisions they have to start with. But I think we'd be too vulnerable to exposure to the Soviets. Okay, now I just want to check focus dot auto complete. I just want to check if If we actually can get a 6th research slot. Yeah, we can. Okay. Go back. So we probably do want that extra research slot. That would let us be aggressively ahead of time. We could only do that if we can get them to join a faction with us. Which we can't do right now because they are not fascist enough. It's possible we could get Hungary to join the faction. No, they need world tension high enough. Right, it's not just they need 40% fascist. Okay, so we're not going to do these. We can't do this because we haven't got high enough war support. Oh my god, that's going to be a problem. This would be really valuable early on. Doesn't this give war support or something? Maybe not. If we befriend Czechoslovakia, that won't work. We can't do Lublisha or whatever. We can demand Slovenia. Naval rearmament, I think, is not the way to go. We can't oppose Hitler. That just breaks it. I think we switch off the research towards land tech. We grab this. I don't think we do this. I don't think we're going to have enough fuel to run lots of tanks. So I think we grab this. Then we grab Rhineland. And hopefully by then we have enough to do Anschluss. We can do Fate of Czechoslovakia if we're fast enough. Can we do first Vienna Award? I need to open the mod page. I think we can't do second Vienna Awards. Let me have a look here. Man your borders, all your borders. Yeah. No, you can't do first Vienna Award. But we could do Sudetenland. But the Sudetenland, we can just seize. Right? We don't need it to be... Because you don't get Sudetenland for... you don't get the Sudetenland chord, do you? With the demand Sudetenland? It's just a claim when they give it to you. It's just a colony state. We could get Memel, but that's not, you know, not much. Chat suggesting we should maybe go mass assault, but we're definitely not going to do that because you start with 2 researched. You do get it cored. Okay, that's 2.8 million core manpower. In vanilla, it's cored, yeah. I'm going to call this episode 0 on YouTube, by the way. So we get this. We begin researching the land stuff. Then there's definitely a case to be made you get the KDF wagon. Because that's so many civilian factories that are going to be gold dust for building forts and things. You get this, you get this. You try and deploy manpower, additional manpower as fast as possible. You don't have enough time to Fate of Czechoslovakia? It doesn't matter. You can't do first Vienna Award. So how many, like, I know this is a stupid question. How many focuses can you do in a year? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It's 5, I think. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And then we do German war economy because we're in a defensive war. So we should get good war support. If you're doing army, then don't research the... Yeah. We are going to... you can't actually just cancel a researcher. I would have switched off this already. I think fighters are just... Planes are just not the way we're going to win this. I don't even know what to research right now. Honestly. Probably better artillery. That's definitely something we want before the war starts. So yeah, it's Army Innovations, Rhineland, KDF. If we can already get Anschluss by then, Anschluss. If we can't, research slot, and then Anschluss. And then... I mean, then we're in trouble, right? Eventually we'll be on, like, probably construction engineering mostly. Or maybe construction repair. Or even army training. Okay, so this is the start before focus. Focus. Pick. Okay. Yeah, mobile is brilliant for the org. Alright, I'm going to call it a part on YouTube here. Because this is like the unset up thing. And then we'll start like run 1 will commence in the next episode. So thanks for watching the setup episode, everybody. I'll see you in the next episode and we will actually begin our first attempt. And we'll see how we do. See you then.